hard to
We
do
said a
anything in
lot.
2 minutes.
2 minutes
We
is
said
quite a
lot in
while.
the 2 minutes. Yeah, don't let anybody tell you different.
I mean, 2 minutes is an eternity depending on your perspective.
Yeah.
It really is.
But everyone, welcome to the Badmouth Podcast. Today, it is obviously me, your sweet angel. ImNexusss, 3 S's. We also with Kumi, and we're also with Boston Chris, our Lord and Savior. I know we've talked about him a lot, and he is here today.
So
Finally
first
here.
of all, before we were recording the wrong place, I was the sweet angel, and somehow now that we're recording correctly, Nexus is the sweet angel. So
You're also a sweet angel, as long as Kumi's not.
Well,
that's just how it be.
You know, if you stop rubbing on my leg, I won't give off my sweet angel on you, Nexus.
Okay. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, we like to do Marvel things on here. So
wait, what episode is this?
54. Did I not say that?
No.
God.
Horrible.
This is how it is.
Hey, I usually have to do everything for this, Kumi. I don't know what you want from me. You just...
I give you ideas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I asked Kumi, hey, what should we do with Boston tomorrow? He said, hey, let's talk about Marvel. Like, motherfucker. That's all you're going to give me? Are you kidding me?
Oh, I said let's talk about Reddit posts and stuff. See what he thinks.
Yeah, but what was the first thing you said? Marvel. Motherfucker, that was...
Marvel.
I had that already.
Well, yeah, it's an idea.
It's not an idea. Because we were already going to do it.
True, but I still gave you another idea. So fuck you.
Oh my fucking god. But I do have Marvel things in here. I have 2 things. One of them doesn't matter. Well, none of it really matters, but another Marvel movie that I also... Boston, do you do anything? Do you like watch Marvel movies or anything?
I can at some points, yeah. I'm not much of a moviegoer lately. I don't know why. Probably attention span and all that shit. But,
okay. So this Marvel movie...
I like comic book movies, though.
Okay, that's good. Cause this one, I also forgot that this movie was coming out. Last time it was Venom 3 that we forgot, and this time it's Kraven the Hunter. It's coming out in December. December. They dropped a new trailer at like 3 in the morning, which a lot of people were like, "That's weird." I don't know, but so ladies and gentlemen, add that to the list because it looks pretty good. It looked like,
you know, people are doing that more often, just dropping random shit overnight. Y'all notice that?
I know somebody that does that. Oh, I'm kidding.
Who?
Boston.
Oh,
of course.
What, like your TikTok jokes or something?
No, seriously though, like albums, like artists are doing albums more often now. Overnight, like Taylor Swift dropped an album at like 2 in the morning recently.
Right.
Like, I don't know, it's weird.
Well, sometimes he drops his videos like pretty late for us. So
yeah, midnight.
That's what I was kind of joking about.
That's when my content dump is at midnight. Like the stuff that I don't want to fit into the schedule, I just dump it all at midnight.
Yeah.
Well, I usually stream at like 4 a.m. That's not great.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll make announcements on social media at like 4 o'clock in the morning and then wake up the next day and I'm upset because nobody responded. It's like, oh, well, I'm the only night owl on the planet, apparently.
No, definitely this kid. And if I'm up, yeah, just depends.
Yeah.
But our next Marvel thing, and this is going to be quick. I only have 2 things today. I did Google Deadpool facts. Deadpool Wolverine facts, because that's one of the main jokes of our little Marvel thing. Couldn't find anything worth talking about. But the next thing is, me and Coolman were talking about this Iron Man show thing that's coming out, and it's called Iron Heart. I just saw that. It's irrelevant if you didn't listen to the last episode, but we couldn't figure out what it was called. It's called Iron Heart.
There's some obscure Marvel facts that you may not know about. Did you know that Marvel tried to copyright the word zombie in 1973?
We actually do know. We talked about that one.
Yeah, we talked about that, yeah.
I think it was in the Deadpool Wolverine episode.
Yeah, they failed, though, and at the same time, they were able to trademark the word superhero.
Interesting.
So, They failed at zombie and succeeded at superhero. Crazy.
Our next thing, Kumi's gonna like this one. The Acolyte, the Star Wars show, was canceled, and this is another thing we talked about last time. Is he's like, I hope this doesn't get a second season because it's a piece of shit. It got canceled after one season. It was confirmed, I think, yesterday.
I'm very happy about this. I'm not happy people lost their jobs, but I'm happy that it fucked up so much stuff for Star Wars. And they fucked with the lore, trying to do something different. And now it's just imprinted into the canon forever. And it's the worst thing I've ever watched. There was some good moments. They had one good episode, and the rest of it was just dog shit. Absolute dog shit. The acting was terrible.
Didn't you say your least favorite part was the lesbian witches?
Listen, it was it was a lesbian witch coven. It was just stupid. It was a stupid. I don't have anything against lesbians. Okay, bitch. It was just more of
I didn't say that. You said that.
It was just the overall story to it was behind this coven was just stupid. It was just dumb. They were trying to recreate the Force in their way, and it was bad. It was just really bad. And it didn't matter because they all fucking died anyway.
You see, now I don't know whether to talk about canceled TV shows or lesbians.
You could do canceled TV shows.
Talk about both. But yeah, I'm glad it's not getting a second season. It doesn't deserve it.
It's a little weird how these places, like, there's so many streaming platforms now that, like, they're making their own, TV shows and movies and original content, and then they'll put that content out for 1 or 2 episodes and then announce that it's canceled. Like, I mean, can you at least put out the whole season first before you decide that? It's just weird.
No, I definitely seen instances where that happens, and that really sucks. Or just for something to end like on a cliffhanger. In this case, this shitty show ended on a cliffhanger I don't want nothing to know about. But in other cases, yeah, like if there was a cliffhanger, one of the shows that I watched got canceled, Southland, that ended on a cliffhanger, and we never got like a resolution to it. So it's like there's instances like that where it's just left open ended, and that's what sucks. But yeah, for the Acolyte, I'm glad it's not getting a second season. It was dog shit.
There was a show on Prime Video called My Lady Jane. It was a historical fantasy series, and apparently after the second episode, they canceled it for season 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't understand that.
And like the same thing, speaking of Marvel too, like the same thing happened with Madam Web. Like the movie came out, it bombed, and now like they had this whole universe planned, and now like apparently all of that is canceled.
I enjoyed the movie.
I haven't seen it yet, but like I had high hopes just because like you don't see too many female leads in superhero comic book type movies, so the hope was there. But if it's bad, it's bad. It's just unfortunate because now that character will probably never get a good look,
Yeah, and just that movie, I mean, that movie in general was a big like clickbait. And I think that's what pissed people off too.
The same thing and like same thing kind of happened with Black Adam too, right? Like I mean, I really liked the movie, but a lot of people didn't, and it ended up kind of self-destructing the whole DC universe,
Yeah, it really did. I enjoyed that movie quite a bit. I thought it was entertaining. But but yeah, that movie pretty much caused that, and Shazam pretty much caused that universe to crumble.
It just like from the perspective of a consumer, it just seems like because of so much saturation in the entertainment world, like there's not as much patience from the people behind the scenes to kind of ride with something long term, because like they have so much content they have to churn out,
Right.
They can't
And
afford
just
for it to not be a hit nowadays.
no, I mean, just take the Borderlands movie for example. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
that's already coming to streaming next week, and that's that's the bad thing about streaming services nowadays is like like before it was like 4 to 5 months before you could even see a good copy of the movie online, or I mean I shouldn't say that, but or wait for it to come to Blu-ray or digital. But now it's like after a month, all you have to do is wait a month, and it's just like I don't have to go to the theater. I could just wait,
Mhm.
and then social media being really toxic nowadays. One person shits on it, and then the whole world goes, and falls along with it. So, did I have any interest in seeing the Borderlands movie in theaters? No. Do I want to watch it? Yes. It sucks that it didn't do well, but I mean, kind of have to look at like you can't really
So
like fuck with video games like that and making adaptations of it unless it's like sticking to the source material, like Fallout or
mhm.
you know,
So I feel like post-pandemic, like the going to the theaters is kind of more of just like an optional thing now anyway, right? Because like I feel like only the hardcore people are gonna want to go to the theaters nowadays. So like for you, what would it take for a movie to get you into the theaters? Because you said that Borderlands is not it. So what is it for you?
I think for me in general, it's just it has to be a movie I really want to see that I know I can't wait for.
Right.
Like Deadpool and Wolverine, for example, is like I've been hyped for that for a while. Not because
Yeah.
it's Marvel, but just because it looked like a good time. Definitely
Mhm.
wanted to watch it. Didn't want to wait. So it needs to be like worth the money to go watch it at this point with the ticket prices so high, unless you go on a cheap day like a Tuesday or whenever they have
Mhm.
the cheap tickets. Otherwise it's gonna cost you like $20 just to go see the movie. And so it definitely has to have like it has to be something I've been following for a while.
So essentially,
And
financial and impatience is what leads you to go to the theaters, which is probably
right,
most people, to be fair.
yeah, like and when they come out so close to each other, like I have no interest in watching something that comes out so close to each other. Like I've only done that maybe like once, where I've gone to the movie like a movie the same day to see the theaters to see two different movies on that same day that came out.
Mhm.
Um, I think it was like Venom and Halloween 2018 came out on the same Friday or something like that, or the same week. I can't remember, but it was yeah. I mean, it has to be something that they have to have like a good trailer or something I've been itching for to see, and then boom, I just got to be in that mood, like financially, to be like, hey, I want to go see this, uh, and just drag me in that way. So probably the next thing I will watch is it might be Craving the Hunter. It does look pretty good. Um, but I think they revealed a lot in the trailer on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Um, obviously, I won't probably see Venom in theaters. I didn't see the last one in theaters. I know it's gonna. If I know the movie's gonna make a shit ton of money, I know I won't go, and I'll wait for it to come on digital. But
Social
it all
anxiety, is that why?
that too, yeah, that
Yeah.
too, and I'll just kind of
Yes.
wait for it to die down. But at
Mhm.
that point, I only have to wait a couple more weeks for the movie to be on digital.
Right.
So, um, yeah, I mean, if it's something I could wait on that I know is going to make a lot of money, like the Venom series, for example, then I know I could wait, um, and wait a month for it to come on digital. But Craven the Hunter, I might give it a chance. It does look pretty decent. Um, but they showed way too much in the trailer. They kind of did that for the new Crow movie that's coming out, the remake. So
Start
they
dropping
kind of
clips for that.
revealed, yeah, they're trying to get people in the theaters bad to see that because it's not doing. It's already getting shown. It's been getting shown for months. But yeah, I mean, just for me personally, um, it has to be something that's worth me going to the theater to go see it. Like an engaging trailer, entertaining trailer, like right out the gate. Doesn't reveal too much, keeps my peak interested, you know. But
I can't even remember the last time I've been to the theater, but I probably will. Hopefully catch the Deadpool Wolverine movie there soon.
Very
Perhaps.
good.
yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's very entertaining.
Speaking
Nice.
of The Crow, that comes out in 3 days.
It does.
I've never seen the
Does.
original one. I was supposed to watch it with Kumi, then he watched it without me. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not as
I've
as
seen.
good as people are saying.
I'm sure the film is good with Brandon Lee. Have you seen that movie, Boston, the original Crow?
I have, yes. It's been a long time though, so
I was actually holding this back for when we review that movie, but a lot of people think that movie still holds up compared to what
absolutely.
they're about. Okay, I won't say my things then.
Yeah, I think
I
it
don't-
does for sure.
I mean, I recently watched it, and I think it didn't hold up quite that much. I mean, it's definitely dated, but
Well,
do I
I
think it needed a
mean,
remake? No.
it depends on what you mean by dated. Like if you're talking like graphics and CGI and all that, then absolutely. But like if you're talking about just like story wise, then it still holds, in my opinion.
I'd say more story wise. I don't mind like the practical effects or anything like that, or like the CGI. It was just more like the story didn't really make sense. You kind of had to have like the backstory of the graphic novel to understand what was really happening. Because
Absolutely, I
he
agree.
kind of just dies and then wakes up as the
As him.
Crow,
Yep.
and you don't know why. You know, they don't explain it as the new movies kind of like trying to explain why this happens. He kind of the little girl in the movie kind of like she kind of tries to explain it, but it just doesn't make sense. You know, so that kind of just happens, and then you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like it just goes from one moment to another. I'm pretty sure, you know, they had to do some stuff different because he died, but it just rewatching it again, it just some things just didn't add up or make sense. But the action is great. You know, the action was fun. But and he did a good job, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it needed a remake, but it's definitely dated story wise.
And I have one thing. There's an interview with Bill Skarsgård talking about the movie. He said they're not remaking the original because it's apparently they're doing a whole retelling of the story from the director's redoing the story. He's not trying to remake Brandon Lee's. So
But they're still using the character.
it's still
of
his.
Eric
They're still using the
Eric
Brandon
Draven.
Lee character.
A lot of times,
Eric
what
Draven.
they'll do is they'll try to do like a universe reboot just so that they can make sequels and shit for it, and like they just need that reminder as a base movie for it, even if it's not an actual remaster or remake of the original.
But one of the things about this movie is it was getting shit on from the off because people were upset that they're remaking it. Like they're not even giving it a chance, which that probably didn't need to be remade. But
Definitely didn't.
because I'm pretty sure ever since Brandon Lee's, every single Crow movie has failed. So they're remaking the only one that did good.
And then with Bill Skarsgård, he's kind of popular. I mean, he's been in it. You know, he's Pennywise and some other things. So he's just pretty popular, but I don't know if he's the right person for the role, but it just, I'm not going to shit on the movie because it actually looks pretty badass. It's like, they just upped the action quite a bit. It's like John Wick, but you still don't know too much about like, you know, I mean, they kind of revealed a lot during the trailers and the clips that they've been showing. So
Like
they're trying to keep away
they
from
dropped
that.
the clip where he's walking up the stairs and he gets like gunned at.
No, I haven't seen that one.
They
Probably for
dropped
the
that
best.
clip. That's
Yeah, so
insane.
they're trying to get people, and people just keep shitting on it. So it doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, I mean, people were shitting on it from the get go. You know, saying it doesn't look the same. You know, looks like shit. You know, blah blah blah. But Oh, I want to watch it.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
If there was a movie, like, what movies would you guys want remade from when you were younger?
Oof.
It's a good question.
I don't know. Let's see. I'm pretty young lad, but so I'm pretty much grown up with all the best.
I
can't
have no idea.
See, most of the ones I would say have already been remade, so it's like really hard. I don't know. I feel like my favorite movies when I was a kid were probably the original Supermans, but like every crack at Superman since then has been pretty much a failure. So I'm pretty bummed out about that.
Yeah.
Although I guess the Cavill Superman was pretty good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one. I'm not a Superman fan, but I enjoyed his movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you what movie I want remade. Yeah, that's putting me on the spot.
Yeah, I've no
idea. Give you about a week to think about it.
Well, yeah, I'll come back. I'll get back to you because I have no idea.
It's real tough.
I could probably think of a TV show first, the movie. I'll be honest, I was gonna say Finding Nemo, but that's some bullshit.
Well, my favorite TV show when I was a kid's already been remade too, and it wasn't even that good.
What was that?
Freaking MacGyver.
You have no idea.
Yeah, with that one dude, I think.
Yeah.
I don't even think that lasted that long.
It didn't. I was so stoked about it too, and it was trash.
The thing is, Hollywood tries to remake stuff for kids that don't understand how it was back then, so it doesn't work today. You know, they're wasting their time.
Yep.
You know, they're wasting their time remaking stuff that.
Well, I mean, back in the day, like the whole plan of MacGyver was to try to get out of really bad situations with just like the items he found in the room with him or whatever. And like all of those things that he would just make up on the fly, you can get over the counter now. So it's a little bit tough to make it feel like genuine.
Right.
I have an answer for you. Okay, I was thinking I wasn't alive when the original TV show. It was a TV show, isn't it? The original. It TV show. I wasn't alive
I think so.
when it came out, but I guess it already got remade. But I guess I would have said that because the 2017 It movie is my favorite movie ever.
It's a good movie. It's great.
I'll say that, but it already got remade. So
yeah, just about everything's being remade.
That's all they're doing these days.
Yep. Like even the stuff that wasn't even that good, really, the first time. Like the whole Dexter universe is just exploding into content now again.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 2 different spin-offs coming out or something.
Yeah. I was like, wait, I don't really care for the prequel, but now they're saying that they're making like Dexter's coming back. And if you watch the last season, then you know how that ended. But so it's just like.
So I'm not sure how they can make another Dexter sequel work.
Yeah, I think it's under tight lips right now, but I think they might be retconning the ending again. But I guess
do you think they'll change the ending, or do you think they'll play off of what happened at the end and then maybe almost like a Son of Indy kind of thing, right?
I think they might change him dying at the end.
Spoiler. I think. Thanks.
So you think that they'll completely change the outcome of the? So all right. So basically, the first Dexter ended probably one of the worst endings of any show ever, not named Lost, right?
Isn't that when he like goes into like the hurricane or whatever?
Sort of, yeah. I'm trying not to spoil too much, but anyway, like really bad ending. And so then they come out with the new Dexter. I thought they came out with the new Dexter just because they needed to do the ending right. And the ending of the new Dexter, I felt, was really well done. And now what you're trying to tell me is they're going to change the actual good ending. So essentially a third time.
Right. I think what it is they really like that show a lot. But I think the last episode was really, really rushed. And I think people noticed that the writing was shit in that last episode.
Are we talking about the reboot last episode or the original last episode?
The reboot last episode.
Okay.
It was a shit that he was doing that didn't make sense. The fucking girl, the cop that couldn't find the killer of her best friend for like 20 years, all of a sudden figures out that Dexter's the Bay Harbor butcher all of a sudden. So that, it's just writing like that didn't make sense leading up to the final episode. And I think that's what pissed people off the most was.
Yeah, it did feel like they could have gotten more out of that, huh?
Yeah, I think they should have had more episodes. I think there was, to flesh out the whole thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I thought the show was great. It was definitely better than season 8.
I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think right now that he's definitely coming back. It's just I keep reading different things. They're gonna retcon the death, or he's gonna be like the Harry to, his son.
Yep. See, that would make more sense to me than trying to overturn a death that already happened.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't undo that. It's like trying to unsee something, right? Like,
right.
I don't know.
So, yeah, I mean, definitely that. We kind of got sidetracked for that, but I'm still looking for like what I would remake.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about pods, man. They go off the tracks, and sometimes that's the best content.
That's usually where we come up with the bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I guess while Kumi's thinking, so Boston, you have two podcasts, if I'm not mistaken, buddy. Your main one is Chris and Katie's show, right?
Well, there's no main one. They're both really important, but yeah, one of them is the Chris and Katie show, which is. Go ahead.
We had an idea.
Okay.
We were going to take the episode that you did with Kumi, and then just re-say it back to you in this. Do you think you would have noticed if we did that?
Yeah, probably.
But we thought it would have been pretty funny if we just said everything you said in that, like the topics wise, and just did it right back to you in this.
Oh yeah, I would have noticed. Absolutely.
Told you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But another thing is in the episode that you did with Kumi.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were talking about like who's known him the longest, and it ended up being Orr, which I knew. But then you claimed second place.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. I'm definitely second.
You think so?
100%.
Oh.
I met him in 2016. But here's the other thing. Kumi didn't even try to fucking. He gave it to you instantly.
I got bullshit from Ginormous as well for saying I got the years wrong.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He also got that wrong too. I did notice that.
Yeah, I got that wrong. I've known Ginormous for like 15 years.
So that just means that Kumi just values knowing me more than knowing you. That's all.
Yeah, I guess so. That's crazy.
It's not a competition, okay? It's not a competition.
He also said I was his best friend, and then he gave it to Orr, so.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we've all seen your skills in shooters.
I'm fucking god in Hunt Showdown. Check out latest
Isn't that
video.
the game where it takes you 14 minutes to reload? Is that the game we're talking about?
I'm at 14 minutes, but they're old Western weapons. What do you want? You can't just fucking pop a mag.
Yeah, you gotta reload what are they? The fucking.
So essentially, what you're saying is you're good at making sure you don't get hit by the guy's one bullet, and then you can finish him before he reloads.
Fine. Well, how about we 1v1? If I get a Hunt Showdown, we'll see who wins.
As long as I can bring in my PUBG weapons.
If that game had guns like that, horrible.
It does, though. It has the Winchester.
Yeah, but you're not fucking going. And no one's
not doing that with the Winchester either.
As I'm saying, you kind of can. You can deliver it.
What game did you guys meet during?
It wasn't a game. There's a YouTuber called Alex Halford who used to
Fuck
do
that
it.
guy.
Who did a series on YouTube where you would send in one of your videos. He was like a bigger YouTuber. At like the time, I think he had like 30 or 50K, and he picked my video. And
He didn't pick mine. He picked yours.
He picked
So
one
you're
of
saying he has bad taste.
It was a good video,
It was a pretty good video.
but he picked my video, and then Kumi commented on, I think, the video that he picked or something. And then he started grooming me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not talk about that.
Not actually, but
I wasn't grooming him actually.
but it's weird because
But
everyone.
shut up.
It's weird because it's always young boys he went after. Me, Nicholas, Speedy, Bobo.
So how do you explain my involvement here?
That's you're the one that's wasn't underage when he met you.
Right, that's his whole. So what's going on there? Cool, me, huh?
Nothing. I can't help it that I'm entertaining enough to lure a kid. Never mind.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
So look,
It's not what
don't
I
ever
meant.
use. Just so we're clear, don't ever use the words lore and kids in the same sentence.
It's not what I meant. It's not what I meant. I'm not like that. I'm not that person.
Yeah,
Okay?
I don't know.
I just can't help it that I have a vibe that attracts all ages.
So what you're saying is your vibe is cringe.
Yeah, it's
That's
cringe
the-
enough to
that's the
attract
kids would say.
yeah, it's attractive enough cringe wise to attract young people. And Speedy was pretty young when he joined the channel, and then he disappeared for whatever reason for like a year or two, and then he came back, and now he's tied to my waist.
And for the first time in audio podcasting history, everybody can actually see the spotlight that's on Cool Me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. It's amazing. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't do that anymore. Okay. I don't.
No more little boys coming in. Speedy was the last.
No, Speedy was the last little boy to come in.
Man, I don't know. I just saw a bunch of VOD video or vlogging videos where you were taking little boys to theme parks. So I don't know. Cool Me.
That is.
Yeah, they were bullying me.
No one was.
Now you're
bullying
gonna
me.
have to wipe your YouTube channel so that stuff doesn't exist on there anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they were bullying my ass.
The whole time, all it was all three of y'all complaining about how hot it was.
It was fucking hot.
It was scorching hot.
That day was fucked up.
That day was hot. It was like 110 or something like that. 105. I don't know.
Definitely not 110. It was like 102.
Yeah, it was hot. It was cooler than last time, but it was definitely hot.
Well, 102 is a typical day where I live.
Yeah, but
Yeah, fuck that.
we're like outside the whole time getting baked.
Yep, and not in a good way either.
Well, that was later on.
That was later,
okay.
but
We
yeah.
didn't. I don't think we recorded it.
Well, that
Gosh.
didn't make the vlog, so
I recorded it. I just didn't post it.
Well, see,
He has footage of us soaring a bird, and he didn't even use it. He also has like 5 hours of me building a PC he didn't use.
It's in the phone. I'll
Don't use
work
it.
on
That
it
was
later.
horrible.
Yeah, he was mad at.
I
Yeah, we
hated
already
that.
talked about this.
I hated that
He was
fucking
pissed
PC
off.
case.
He was just mad at me.
No, I hated that fucking case.
It's fine.
So we'll come back to
I
your
can't
movie
think of.
thing.
I can't.
We'll
I
come
can't
back.
think of anything right now.
Think about it. We'll bring it back in a different app. I don't know. You can tweet it at him. But one thing before we get to our the main course of the pod here, which is going to be not the script. That is part of it, but that's later on. But this is mainly towards Kumi. I hate when I respond immediately, in like a text form, and then the other guy doesn't respond for hours. This is multiple people that do this to me. So Kumi, I sent a picture of a butt plug to Kumi. No reason. I just did. He said, "What is that?" or something. And then I said, "Oh, it's a butt plug. Pretty cool, eh?" Then he didn't reply for hours. I replied immediately. There's no way you didn't see that.
Well, first of all, this was at 2:45 a.m. when I was fucking sleeping. I just noticed it was the alien.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
pretty dope.
Oh.
I'd keep that.
An alien
It's an
butt
alien
plug?
head. I would keep that alien butt plug. That's pretty dope. It's when the alien busts out, the chest burster pops out of the chest. That's pretty dope. I didn't notice that. I thought it was just a bloody butt plug. But yeah, you send these things in the middle of the
Yeah,
night.
but why are you replying and then I reply instantly and then you don't do nothing?
I just do. It's just wake up in the middle of the night text that I do to everybody. I just randomly message people when if I see a message, my mind wants to instantly reply to them before I go back to sleep. It happens all the time.
Right. Well,
But yeah.
So the question is this why your revenge was to oversleep and not do this pod on time? It was a way to not respond back to Kumi after he did it to you?
Yeah. I don't think Kumi said anything to me, actually.
No, I said fucking...
Maybe he did.
No,
I didn't open it.
No. I said, you fucked us.
I did.
I thought but I thought Boston was going to be like, nah, that's it. That's when I was like, you fucked us. Wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Let's just say I had my legal team on the phone.
Fuck.
Yeah, see, he was getting ready. But at least Nexus is on time all the time. This happened once. One other time.
The same thing happened too.
The same thing, yeah. But that other kid was always late, so but that's long gone.
So this was just passive aggression towards me, essentially.
Yeah.
He was nervous.
All right.
He was real nervous.
Since Kumi doesn't have a movie, we're gonna move on to the main things here. So last week we did you're gonna love this, Boston. I know you like your little facts and stuff. We're doing 50 random facts. Because every episode we do facts about something. We've done facts about Nazis. We've done facts about I think we did facts about Marvel. We've done facts about a whole bunch of things. Go back to the other episodes if you want to hear that, listeners. But we're doing this. These are just 50 random facts. It'll be literally anything. Last time we did 1 through 10. This time we're gonna do 11 through 20. I'm just gonna read them off and take them as you will, I guess. But number 11. Like I said, these are completely random. They're not like in the same category or anything. So yeah, number 11. Minus 40 degrees Celsius is exactly the same as minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just gonna read these off. If you have anything, you just start saying it. Chocolate can kill dogs as it contains theobromine, which affects their heart and nervous system.
Yeah, chocolate is very bad for dogs.
Very bad. Cats can eat it, apparently.
Yes.
Did you ever give your kitties chocolate, Kumi?
I've been giving my cat chocolate peanut butter ice cream for months, so I'm glad that it doesn't affect cats.
Is this the chocolate peanut butter ice cream that doesn't have peanut butter in it, or the other kind?
The exact same one, because she's addicted to that. The last 2 tubs that I've gotten have not had any fucking peanut butter in it. The one I just opened yesterday actually had peanut butter in it, so I was happy.
So is it possible that your cat is getting to the peanut butter before you and you don't notice? And then it's just chocolate ice cream once your cat is done?
Could be, because she's addicted to it. I could open the lid. She won't even be anywhere near me. I could open the lid, start eating it, and then next thing you know, she's jumping on the chair because she could smell it, and she's doing that shit with her nose, like smelling the air, and I'm just like, okay.
Well,
like
I
she's
can tell you
really
one thing
smart.
you don't want to have around a kitten is a ponytail. Don't do that. So I sleep shirtless without, I don't wear a shirt to bed, and we have this new little kitten, and my ponytail is always in a braid, and so I'll get in there and just start sitting on the edge of the bed, and my kitten will literally attach itself to my back trying to get to my braid.
Yeah, and kitten nails hurt like a bitch.
Absolutely, they hurt.
Yeah, they are sharp. They're sharp for being small.
Yeah. So I can understand why you're letting your cat have your peanut butter portion of the ice cream. It's very smart.
Yeah.
Number 13. Women blink nearly twice as much as men. It says
that actually, I think that maths out as well because they're incredulous at what they have to do us men to.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Interesting.
2 to 10 times on average per second, which apparently is 10 times per minute. That's what this says.
That makes sense.
Number 14. This is a classic. And Kumi, we're going to need you to try it. We're not actually filming our face cams or anything, but it is impossible to lick your elbow.
So this is actually BS. I've done this as a TikTok, and I have one friend that can do it. And every time I post it as a TikTok or something like that, she always replies with her doing it, and it pisses me off.
Fuck, can't do it.
I've definitely seen someone do it
trick.
before.
The moral of the story is, if we put out random facts of something you're not supposed to be able to do not respond with your own video proving that it can be done. That's just rude.
Yeah. Like, let me believe that it's a fact.
That's right. We are giving out random facts as a service to our country. The least you can do is not disprove them.
Number 15.
Exactly.
People say
Number
bless
15.
You. Burger King foot lettuce. People say bless you when you sneeze, because when you sneeze, your heart stops for a millisecond.
Didn't know that.
I thought it was just a form of indoctrination.
All right, number 16. It is physically impossible for pigs to look up into the sky.
Okay, see, now you're going to have pigs responding with TikToks about looking up into the sky.
If I get a video of a pig posting a TikTok, I'll accept this one.
Okay. It's going to happen. I'm sure there are viral pigs out there on TikTok.
Probably. Number 17, the sixth sick sheep sick is said to be the toughest tongue twister in the English language.
Not to Boston. I'm sure he could do it.
Are we supposed to say bless you now? Is that like an extension of the last thing that you told us?
That was 17.
Ah, okay.
So
that one I would not be able to say just because I have a lisp, and if I tried to say that, you guys would think I was in a Mike Tyson fight.
The thick. Yeah.
Yeah. Sixth sick sheep's sick. Not too bad. But if you try to say it without thinking, you're probably going to butcher the hell out of that.
100%.
The real question is, can a pig say that while licking its elbow and looking up into the sky?
Oof.
I'd want to see that video.
That would be good. Probably not.
Me too.
They can only do one at a time. Allegedly.
I mean, if a pig could do that, I'd probably vote for it. Fair.
Yeah. All right, number 18. Rhythm is the longest English word without a vowel.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
Number 19, another sneezing one. If you sneeze too hard, you can fracture a rib. If you try to suppress a sneeze, you can rupture a blood vessel in your head or neck and die.
Yeah, so they say that sneezing is one of the most violent things that humans do.
Yeah, and some sneezes, like my sneeze sounds like a cough, so it's like, I can't understand. It drives me crazy when people try to hold in their sneeze. It absolutely drives me crazy. I don't know why. Like it sounds wrong. It sounds like you're hurting yourself. I don't know.
It does kind of hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't do it, but I've done it.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, it just doesn't sound right.
Have you ever sneezed with your eyes open? Like, try to keep your eyes open?
Yeah, no.
It's not great.
I've sneezed and farted at the same time, and that shit hurt.
Nice.
Which side hurt? Like, what was it? Could you describe the pain?
My ass. My ass hurt.
So it was a lower body pain, not the upper part.
No, it was a lower body pain. It hurt like twice as much because my sneeze. I don't know why. It just hurt. It hurt my ass twice as much.
Yikes.
I hate when I sneeze and my ass hurts.
Me too.
All right, the last one here.
Golly.
Number 20. Each king in a deck of playing cards represents a great king from history. The clubs is Alexander the Great. Spades, King David. Diamonds, Julius Caesar. And hearts was Charlemagne. Or is Charlemagne.
Yep. There's also suicide kings where they have the actual dagger going through their head.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
now I'll tell you what, like playing cards have a lot of symbology in them, to be fair. A lot of symbology.
I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of nutso, to be fair.
All right, next up on our list of fun adventures here is so there's this podcast I listen to, and they do this thing called red light, green light. And I'm completely stealing this from them. Not the things they did in it, but the idea. So basically what we're going to do, it's basically agree or disagree, but they call it red light, green light.
Right.
So I'm going to say something, and then we're all going to either agree with it or disagree with it. That's pretty simple. So this first one here is playing a game is only fun when you're winning. Would you agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Yeah, I'm going to say disagree as well.
And then
Think if you're having fun, if you could have fun while not winning, still good time.
So Mario Kart is off of this because it's not fun to lose in Mario Kart.
I would say it depends on the game we're talking about, but overall, I would say I would disagree with the statement. So I will red light that one.
Yeah, like I don't like getting my ass kicked in fighting games or sports games. That's definitely not fun.
Like when I beat you in
fun.
UC?
Shut up, bitch. It was one time.
Multiple times. All right, next thing.
Depends on the game.
Decisions that people make quickly are always wrong.
No, that's not true.
I think I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Schools should ask students to evaluate their teachers.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
When people succeed, it's because of hard work. Luck has nothing to do with success.
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too. You could work hard and still get nowhere.
Well, look at some of like what we do, right? We're influencers and digital creators, right? If we had a little bit of luck and like a large content creator like rated us or sent their community to us, that could spawn success for us. That's not anything we did. It's just we got lucky because of a raid. And it's happened to big time digital creators where they blow up because of a lucky raid that they got.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's better for children.
I've also seen the reverse of that too, where bad luck can create the opposite of success, which, failure. It's not because of a lack of hard work. It's just you got unlucky, and that's why you failed.
Right.
It's better for children to grow up in the countryside than a big city.
I disagree with that. I think that's just perspective. I think both can be true.
Yeah, I think for me, I just think for me it'd be in the middle. Like, I think you could learn a lot more being in the countryside and learn what like hard work stuff, like you actually have to do stuff, outside. Whereas growing up in the city, it's kind of taken care of for you in a way.
It can be. So I'm going to assume that you've been pretty much urbanized your whole life. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's the other perspective that intrigues you, and that's why you answer it that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just the way it is. Like the people from the country are going to be intrigued by your life, and they may answer that the complete opposite of how you just did.
Right.
It's all about perspective.
Parents are the best teachers.
No, I'm not going to agree with that either. That's also a perspective thing.
Yeah, I think I disagree with that too.
I could teach
I
some
think
things,
I,
it's not everything.
I think life experience is what creates the best teachers, right? And parents don't necessarily have the best life experiences needed to teach somebody else anything. I think if their life experiences lead them to be able to teach somebody, it's not because they're a parent, because of the life experiences they've had.
Right.
I will say this though, I think
Yeah.
somebody's parent, like for example, Kulmi's mom, might be able to be more better of a teacher for somebody other than Kulmi than for Kulmi himself.
Right. Yeah.
His mom
You know,
follows me on
true.
Instagram.
Shut up, bitch.
I mean, Kulmi's mom has been in my chat before. That's all I'm gonna say.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah.
He doesn't go to his chat on Twitch.
I mean,
No.
this was a long time ago, so you know, it was probably a Smurf account, to be fair.
Yeah, it was my alt account. I made it for her just in case, but she don't use it.
That will explain why she never got into my DMs.
She's in mine. It's fine.
Yeah, she is in his.
Okay, I'll do a couple more. There's a lot here. We'll save the rest for a different time. Summer is the best season of the year, and I'm gonna do this one. It definitely fucking isn't. I hate being hot as hell. I'd rather it be autumn or winter. But that being said, I don't like winter because I don't like the snow, and I unfortunately live in a place that gets a lot of it.
I mean, I would think the only people who would think that summer is the best of the year are people that go to the beach a lot. Other than that, there is absolutely no reason to think that summer is the best season of the year.
Or if you're a
It's
kid in
awful.
school and you're off for like 2 months.
Yeah, but I mean, even kids in school are going to understand that summer is not necessarily the best season. It's just their favorite because they're not in school.
Right. No, summer fucking sucks. I hate it.
It does.
So much. It's so draining.
I think spring is the best just because you're coming off of winter, so it's a little more on the cool side than coming off of summer like the autumn is.
Yeah, it's just night and day difference.
Yep.
It's like not too hot, not too cold. Just perfect.
Yeah. And plus, like in spring, like everything is growing and coming to be, and in autumn, everything's dead from being blistered by heat for the last 6 months, at least in Texas.
Right. It's awful.
Right, we'll do this last one here. Kumi's gonna love this one. Swimming in the ocean is better than swimming in a public pool.
I wouldn't do either.
Me
Fuck
either.
that.
Both of those are insane.
I'm not doing either. I fucking hate the water.
So here's the thing about like swimming in like the ocean, right? If you go out far enough, it's just gonna be water.
So you guys know, like every one of us like pays attention, I'm sure, like random stories, like so and so died because of this most random thing.
Yeah.
Like I am trying my damnedest to avoid that story for my life, right? like I will never randomly die to some sea snail or a freshwater shark or a cork bottle or something like that. Like I so like going into the ocean or into the lake, like things like that. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I have a bathtub.
Fuck all that.
There's no alligators in my bathtub. There's no frickin' little tiny fish that go into your pee-pee. Nope, none of those things.
Oh, God.
So
No
those
pee-pee
exist
fish.
here in Texas, by the way.
Pee-pee fish?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm good.
That would suck.
Quite literally would be my guess.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys 2 Reddit confessions, and then we'll end on the script. So I got so Boston basically this is kind of in the name, but it's just people giving their darkest confessions on Reddit, and we're gonna read it out.
All right.
I make sure I got some juicers. I usually do some weird shit, and I did. This is no exception here. This first one's called Gloryhole.
I like the beginning of this already.
So I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna read the title and then I'll give you the story. I tried going to a glory hole for the first time last weekend, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure who it was that sucked me off. Kind of the whole fucking point, buddy. I will say this: who or whatever it was had technique that could have only gotten from experience. Within the first few minutes, I already felt incredibly close, and they kept me riding on the feeling for what felt like forever, pushing me over the edge in a way that almost made my knees buckle. It made me cry out in a very embarrassing way. I honestly don't even care who it was. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
So a couple of things I'd like to point out here is I am almost 50 years old, and I'm trying to figure out, like, when I was a kid, we didn't have these kind of things that we could just advertise on Craigslist, apparently. Right? Like, because somebody had to schedule this glory hole thing, right?
It's probably something like some weird ass gas station somewhere, and then you go in.
So
they probably sit there all day, and then there's a hole in the other stall.
Again, which begs the point that somebody had to schedule this and then actually market it, promote it, get people there. Like, let's talk about the logistics of this story.
It's probably more word of mouth. Like someone says something and then
literally, probably, yes.
Literally, yeah, cock to mouth, honestly.
Like hey, you can get sucked off here.
The thing
there's
is,
a lot of mouth going on.
A lot of mouths. You don't even it could be a dude, it could be a woman, and you don't know. It could be anyone. Someone's sucking you.
That's the chance you take, I assume. But
I mean, if you don't know, who cares, honestly?
Like, I hear this confession, and I'm just wondering about the logistics of it. Maybe that's just me.
I think it's free as well, so that's always good.
Well, I mean, I would hope a glory hole would be free, because if you're paying at the door and you don't know what you're getting, that's a little bit, suspect,
true.
you know? I mean,
would you go to this glory hole?
It's like trying to buy a Kit Kat and getting a great value version of it, right? It's not the same, bro.
No, I would definitely not go to this glory hole because my dick wouldn't fit in it.
I was gonna fucking say, like, is it not gonna fit through?
So he didn't actually give the dimensions of the glory hole, me. So you don't know whether or not your dick would fit in it or not.
Have you seen a stall wall? They're not very thick.
Yeah, but
so how do you guys have so much like experience on glory holes? What's going on here?
I just know how thick a fucking wall of a stall is.
I mean, does it say in the story that it happened at a bathroom stall?
No, I'm just kind of assuming. That's usually where it is. No reason. No reason.
How do we know this wasn't done at some business with cubicles, right? Like, I mean, you just immediately go to the public bathroom, Nexus. What's going on?
Fine, I'll admit it. This is my confession. This is mine. Yeah, I don't.
We got him. We got him, chat.
That's great. That's great.
We got him. 4K. Caught him 4K.
Yep.
All right, this next one is weird as well. It's called Tribal Women. I used to masturbate to topless tribal women in National Geographic. Growing up, my parents wouldn't really let me spend much time on the internet, but they subscribed to National Geographic, and I would steal the ones with topless women from different African tribes. The first time I saw one, I was unbelievably hard that I had to run away with the magazine to the bathroom. I spent most of my teenage years masturbating to these topless African women multiple times a day. It definitely affected me since I'm really only into black girls ever since. Honestly, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Look, it's better than the Sears catalog, right?
Oh God.
So
he might not know about. He might not. Before his time. But yeah.
Well, yeah. So the Sears catalog, which was my National Geographic when I was a kid, would have like women with like just bras and panties on. Like they're selling the bras and panties.
Yeah.
Wow.
That shit is.
So that's what I came from, and now today people are scheduling glory holes, right? So like, do you see how far we have come?
Come a long way.
literally
Yep.
coming a long way, depending on how thick the wall is, right? Cool me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my god. That's good shit. I'm gonna title this episode "How Thick the Wall Is." That's good shit right there. So he just jerks off to National Geographic tribal women.
I mean, like I said, I get it. It's what's available. The parents don't know because they think they're doing right by the kid, right? Like, oh, look, he's reading his National Geographic in the bathroom. Let's go. You know, like they're actually looking at the porn mag, so it's not like they think the National Geographic is a threat, right? It's not like they're checking it out.
That was my 2 confessions.
Literally, your confession.
My
on
confession.
One of them
The glory hole was me. Yeah, I can confirm it was a stall wall. Kumi probably couldn't fit through it.
Okay, well, I mean,
Definitely not.
That'll be a different pod on how you know all of that, but I mean,
he lets us know how fucking tiny his cock is every chance he gets.
Yeah, but we also know that most people say the opposite of what is true, right?
No, in this case, I'm being serious.
All right, if you guys want to
I mean, if you take a look at your thumb, that's about what I look like.
Yeah, but me and Nicholas went over this with you. What if my thumb's bigger than your thumb?
I have a gigantic thumb.
Kumi, your cock is massive.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely the size of my thumb, which is like
I saw your thumb.
A kid's thumb.
I saw
it's
your
like
thumb.
A kid's thumb.
And I've seen your calves, tiny.
Yeah, so
my calves aren't tiny.
Now everybody who listens to this pod, when they see Cool Me in real life, they're going to be checking out his thumbs first now.
And his calves. Make sure you look at his calves too.
This is why I don't wear shorts.
Because of your thumbs?
Yeah, there's little calves.
He says I have little calves.
I was walking behind him.
Little calves.
I was behind you on your stairs, tiny calves. I was like, damn, your laser's tiny. I didn't say it to you, but I was thinking in my head.
Smells like jealousy to me.
They're average.
He saw my calves. I have fucking steaks. My shit's fucking juiced out of its mind.
Yeah, he does have some juicy calves.
So you don't have calves, you have cattle. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys, you get the script open.
It's open.
So I'm going to narrate and read all of the little side things as well, because this has an actual narrator character in it.
So are you going to do a different voice for the narrator as opposed to your own voice? Or
100%. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I'm going to do Kumi's creepypasta voice, actually, which is a little black girl. For some reason. I don't know why he picked that, but he did.
It's just what came to mind.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works.
All right, so guys, this story is about a cop going after 2 criminals.
What's the name of it again, Nexus?
The story is called The Relentless Pursuit of Boston.
Can you say that again with a little bit more of a break between the word "of" and Boston for cinematic suspense reasons?
I'll do the voice too. The Relentless Pursuit of Boston.
No. Between and Boston, not between pursuit and of.
The Relentless Pursuit of Boston.
That's much better. Thank you.
All right. The midday sun beats down. That's not the Cool Me's voice. I'm doing a different voice.
That was, I don't know what that was, but it's not the beginning.
Yeah, the midday sun beats down on the desolate street.
Mm-hmm.
The midday sun beats down on the desolate street of the small town of Ridgewood. The buildings, old and weathered, seem to sigh under the heat. A solitary horse carriage clatters by, kicking up clouds of dust. In a town where time still and justice is more than just a word, one man stands between order and chaos. Meet Boston. Not your typical sheriff, but one of a kind. The office is a modest wooden building with a faded sign reading, Sheriff's Office. A lone star hangs from the sign, swinging gently in the breeze. Inside, Boston. A rugged cowboy cop in his late 30s with a broad-brimmed hat and a no-nonsense attitude Sits at his desk flipping through a set of wanted posters.
Nexus and Cool Me, huh? Reckon these two ain't seen the last of me.
Boston tucks the wanted posters away and fastens his holster. He grabs his hat and strides out to the office with determined purpose. The bank is bustling with activity as town folks go away for their business. A recent robbery has left the place in disarray. Police officers are questioning witnesses and gathering evidence. The sheriff's office has been swarming with people since the robbery. Kumi, you read that line. The townsperson one.
I saw Nexus clear as day. Oh, shit. I saw them clear as day. Nexus was wearing a red bandana, and Comey had a signature black coat.
They're fast and dangerous. You better catch them soon, Sheriff. Boston strides into the saloon, his spurs jangling with every step. The patrons fall silent, eyeing him with a mix of curiosity and respect. The saloon owner, a burly man with a greasy mustache, approaches Boston. Oh, shit. Come on, you do that one.
Sheriff, what could I do for you?
I heard Nexus and Cool Me might have passed through here. You got any leads?
I haven't seen them myself, but I reckon they'd be headed up to the old gold mine outside town. It's a good place to lay low.
I appreciate it. I'll check it out.
Boston turns on his heel and exits the saloon. The entrance to the gold mine is dark and foreboding. We hear the distant clatters of pickaxes and occasional hoot of an owl. Boston approaches cautiously, his eyes scanning the surroundings. He dismounts his horse and approaches the mine entrance.
If they're in here, they're about to meet their match.
The mine is dimly lit by a few flickering lanterns. The sound of dripping water echoes through the tunnels. Boston moves silently, his footsteps barely audible. He rounds a corner and spots Nexus and Kumi. Nexus, a tall man with a sinister grin and a red bandana, and Kumi, shorter, with a black coat and a cold gaze, are counting the stolen money at a makeshift table. We've got plenty of time. Boston's probably still chasing his tail.
Nah, don't underestimate him. He's clever.
Boston steps into the light, his face stern and unwavering.
Looks like you two didn't learn your lesson the first time, especially the short one.
Nexus and Kumi whip around, drawing their weapons. Boston's hand is already on his revolver, and he draws quickly. It's too late for you, Sheriff!
You're outnumbered. Give it up.
There ain't no giving up for me. I'm taking you both in.
A tense standoff ensues. The air is thick with tension, and the only sound is the occasional drip of water. Nexus and Kumi start to circle Boston, but he keeps his eyes on him, ready for anything. Gunfire erupts from within the mine. Boston emerges, slightly disheveled, victorious. Nexus and Kumi are handcuffed and being led out. The sun sets behind him, casting long shadows over the rugged landscape.
Hope you two enjoy your stay in the Ridgewood jail. Maybe start practicing words like disheveled and victorious.
You won this time, Boston. But you can't keep us here forever.
We'll be back. You can count on it.
I'll be ready, standing at the Gloryhole.
The town is quiet and peaceful. The sheriff's office light glows warmly in the evening. Boston walks back to his office, his duty fulfilled. The townsfolk are gathered, watching as he arrives. That's you.
Sheriff, you did it. We're grateful.
Just doing my job. As long as I'm around, Ridgewood's got nothing to worry about.
Except the Gloryhole.
That's right. Trip, trip, trip.
That's the seaman. In a town where justice is a rare commodity, Boston stands as a beacon of hope. Nexus and Kumi have thought they could outsmart him, but they forgot one thing. In Ridgewood, the sheriff always wins.
That's right. Yay! The crowd goes wild!
I will say this. ChatGPT writes horrible stories.
Yeah, nothing about glory holes or anything.
We tried to get him to write a fan fiction about us, and it won't do it because it's too sexual.
Too sexual.
Well, I mean, you have to have fans, first of all, right? And that would probably be the fiction part of it for all of us.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, the fiction is that we have fans.
Right.
I mean, Speedy's a pretty big fan of Kumi.
Okay, well, see, there you go.
I think I groomed him a little too much.
We have to figure out where Speedy thinks that this glory hole resides.
I know where this glory hole is, and Speedy was the other one on the other side. I know it. Yeah.
We won't ask him how he knows it. Probably based on the skill level.
Yeah. But that is everything for now.
Wow. Okay. Is there going to be a second chapter to this story? I'm curious, like what happens at the glory hole now.
I can make a story about the glory hole for next time.
I bet you could.
Yeah. I just tell you my multiple times I've been to it. Both ends of this. I've been on both sides of the stall.
How does one promote a glory hole, first of all?
You just tell someone, and then they tell someone, and then they tell someone.
Okay. All right.
Go on Craigslist.
So essentially, you'd have to live in somewhat of a decent-sized town or city, then, I suppose.
Or you could live in LA and just do it under a bridge. Not even a glory hole at that point, but...
Yep, no fucks given at that point.
They don't. They don't care there. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the episode. Boston, thanks for coming on. It's been a long time coming for us. We've been talking about this, I think, for over 30 episodes of this happening. Because it's just funny.
I'm glad I could help you guys with your content over the last 30 episodes or so. Now you'll have nothing to talk about.
We're kind of fucked.
We're gonna start talking about Ginormous now, probably.
Yeah, there you go. Then you get 30 episodes out of that before you invite him.
Yeah, and then after that, that's it. We're probably gonna call it quits after that.
No, you just gotta find the next person. That's all.
We'll find who. Yeah. We'll think of someone to talk about. Maybe we'll get like a massive celebrity. Like
we'll think of somebody to harass. Talk about.
Yeah, definitely harass. But
no, this was fun. I appreciate you guys inviting me on.
Everyone, make sure
next time we won't be late.
Yeah,
and it's 10:30 at night. We didn't know that the podcast owner here had a rough night last night at the glory hole, so he needed some extra sleep.
Rough sesh at the.
Yeah, he was drained.
He literally drained
very
he
drained.
Was filming that glory hole session, and the battery in his phone was just like couldn't handle it. So.
Yeah, I think the footage might be corrupted because I was mid-recording.
Yeah, that's no good. It's nothing worse than a porn video without a climax.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
Right?
Everyone, thanks for listening to the Badmouth Podcast. Make sure you guys go check out, I always say this wrong, the Chris and Katie Show on Spotify. Also, did you know you can put podcasts on YouTube through the RSS feed?
I didn't know that. I don't like it, though.
Okay. Our podcast is on YouTube now. And, make sure you guys go check out the Chris and Katie Show and 10 Minutes with Boston as well.
Thank you.
Well, we say it every episode, even when you're not here, so they already know.
We promote.
Well, wait. If you are putting it on your Nexus YouTube, send me a link to that, and I'll add you to my featured channels as well. I have Cool Me on there already.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week with more Marvel facts. Goodbye.
Bye.